Okay, one time when I worked at Trader Joe's, this is so wild, because I also avoid people who are openly angry in a way that is, it's one thing if I watch something happen to them and they're angry, right? So like if I watch someone
Right.
get kicked out of a place or something and they're angry about it, I know why you're angry, I think. So now if you happen to look at me or engage with me, I can talk to you, right?
Right. Yeah.
When I have no idea what you're upset about and I don't know you, I also steer clear. Because one time
Yeah.
back when I was working
You're a
at,
potential threat to my day now.
yeah, because I was working at Trader Joe's, right?
Yeah.
And this is the Trader Joe's in New York. So I'd been in New York for like maybe 3 months. So I just moved here, right? Mm-hmm. This guy is in the fresh produce area, but I call it the fruit aisle just to like keep it clear, right?
Right.
So he was pulling one of the plastic bags that you pull when you want to put a bunch of apples in it or just a bunch of the loose fruits together. He was pulling one of those, and the little seam that's supposed to catch the clip to break, it must have missed, so he pulled way too much, right?
Okay.
This is where
We've all
things
been there.
This
Very,
is where
very common thing.
yeah, this is where things go off the rails. So then because like
Everything I've said up till now, normal.
yeah, like you've said, this happens to everybody, right?
How does everybody? It's very common.
This dude pulls.
Happened to me the other day.
The rest of his arm comes down from him pulling, and he loses his mind. Okay,
Oh,
this
he
dude.
just got fired.
Yeah, this
Like
dude.
something happened before the store.
It was to the point where I was wondering if he worked at Trader Joe's and then got fired the day before, and I just never met him. That's how mad he got. So he pulls it, right?
Yeah.
As he's pulling, his arm goes down the rest of the way. So now he's got like 9 bags that he's pulled. Okay. And
And he's like, I don't want this many lemons.
then he drops the end one and then just tries again and then pulls another bunch instead of just breaking the one that he had in his hand. But
Yeah,
now
how is that the solution?
I have no idea, but you don't think clearly when you're angry because he's visibly angry now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so then he pulls again, and now there's like at least 20 bags that have been pulled out of this roll, and there's bags that are like there's bags that are like on the floor now, all still connected, like a whole roll of toilet paper unrolled,
Yeah.
right? And so it's just these green bags. And so now instead of trying to pull again or break any of them, he just punches an orange. Okay? This dude punches an orange. And
Well.
I think that once you break the seal on your personal level of anger, you're
I
just
thought you were going to say on an orange.
no. Yeah, when you break the seal on an orange, all hell breaks loose.
There's no turning back.
Once you break the seal on, just your level of anger, I think
Yeah.
a lot of people that's where you find out who someone is, because I think a lot of people either decide, hey, this is where I should check myself, or I'm too far gone and I'm just gonna hit the gas.
Yeah.
In a fight, in an argument, there's a level, there's a ceiling that people have. And once you go past that, that's who you find out who's like quote unquote crazy, who you find out is like a fighter, who you find out is
Right.
a crier, like all that stuff. Because
Yeah.
that's the moment where you realize you're angry and you either start to see red or you start to calm down, right?
The emotion takes over and you're in like a free fall now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so this dude punches the orange, and I think for him, clearly punching oranges is cracking the ceiling. Cause then this dude still with the green bag string in his hand, the strip of green bags, just keeps punching oranges, right? And so then he starts screaming. He's like, oh, like, and it's not a scream that's like to get attention. It's a guttural low scream, right? Like he's essentially just being like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Punching-
The noise of a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
punching oranges, orange juice going, right? Like, this dude is getting orange juice all over his face. And I've never been so scared of orange juice because he had just enough of it on his face to look like blood. Like,
Right.
like you knew if he had been punching a person, his face would just be covered, right?
Yeah.
And then
I want a glass of fresh punched orange juice, please.
And then, so he must have punched like 8 oranges, right? And they're layered on the on these like little cabinets because the display is wooden. So it's not like he's punching a stack of oranges like you'd see at Walmart that are tilted. He's punching like a stack of oranges that are on this wooden cabinet, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why he's making so much juice, is because there's nowhere for the oranges to go.
There's no escape for these oranges.
There's no escape for these oranges. So anyway, after he punches the 8th orange, he tries to storm off. And as he's like turning around, in his punching, he's just got the bags wrapped around his arm. Oh. So now he tries to walk away and he's just pulling more rolled bags like toilet paper.
Oh no.
And that dude walked out of the store with like maybe 100 bags trailing him.
That's all you can do, I think. You can't finish shopping. You can't just...
That dude left sticky.
Yeah. I was going to say, now he's sticky and covered in plastic. But yeah, you can't do that and then just look down at your list, cross off oranges, and then move on to the next thing.
It'd be so funny if he didn't want oranges. He just want plums. But then... bow, 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 bow.
Like... And I get it too. When you're angry, you don't think clearly. You just get frustrated. But just tear the bags, dude. Like, just at any point, tear the bags. Even if you got a couple, and I know you don't need a couple, but don't just keep pulling. Where's he thinking like, oh, this is just one really long bag? Like, what did he think was happening?
I would have loved to have a conversation with him or be in his head because...
I mean, be in his head. You don't want to talk to him.
Because, well, no, just later in life. Like today. This was years ago. So I think I could talk about... I think maybe he's over it by now, right? Yeah. And I'd love to like... Because you know how...
Or he's still serving time for it.
Yeah, I'd hate to be the person who ran into him on the street and just be like, hey, buddy, are you all right? And he just starts swinging. Right? You can't tell why his punches are so tasty, you know?
Why are your fists so sweet?
Yeah, this dude assault is delicious. He'd have beat the hell out of you and you're like, what was a little hint of Florida.
Such citrusy violence. I can tell I'm being hurt, but I think I'm also getting vitamins.
Yeah. At least this dude smells good, right?
Yeah, he punched a cold right out of me.
Emergency be damned.